Welcome back, welcome back. I am Lone, and if you're looking at my Dragonstone count, then you know that I got my ass beat by the banner. I did say that my plan up top was to only use about 500 stones, maybe 600, but the issue became that I was close enough to pity that I kind of needed to keep pulling. And the reason is that if you have pity available, like you have these coins and you don't use them for anything, they just get turned into other, other coins, like the standard coins. So even after purchasing Omega with these coins, you can see here, or yeah, you can see here, I still had 26 left here and 112 left here. If I didn't use them at all, they would be converted into the Dokkan Festival coins, which I already have like a pretty good lump sum of. I'm actually going to put these into my Dokkan Fest, and then these last little bit will be from here, thus giving me 500 of each. And that'll just be used for a dupe or a copy of something I don't have later down the line. But all of this is to say that I just had way too many of these coins to not pull. I just feel like it's one of those things that when you have pity in a gacha system, you need to actually use it, or it's just sort of currency left on the table. So essentially, my currency, instead of being just 1500 on Gogeta Super Saiyan 4's banner, they were infinite on Omegas, right? So just plucking the Omega right out of the air and getting him. You can see them right here. I got them all leveled up. I've been link leveling them quite a bit. We've got them at 9 and 8 respectively, and 9 and 8 respectively. We've got a 10 here. Training in the Clouds is a wonder. And I also used some of the Awakening Orbs, Growth Link Level Orbs. Use some of the Link Level Orbs. We have a ton of them. That's just, you get these sporadically throughout events, right? So had a ton of them. But yeah, what do I think of Omega and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Why did I feel like this was a solid choice when I was before saying that I'd probably use a little bit on Gogeta and then go straight to Omega, or just like stop and just, save for Tanabata? The reason is that I sort of think that as far as villains go, Omega is one of those characters who I think he's going to be a little disrespected for at least a week or two. And why do I say like a week or two? It's because he's getting help soon. His issue right now is that he isn't really the slot 1. He can go slot 1 and be fine once both Omegas have gathered their Rainbow Key Sphere. Once both Omegas have gathered their Rainbow Key Sphere, they boost him up to about 70% damage reduction, which is enough. 70% is enough. As well as him countering unarmed super attacks and, just having a bunch of defense when receiving an attack and things like that. 70% is more than enough for the character to sustain against high-level damaging attacks. His issue, if there is anything, is just his teams, right? Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, DP bosses. As many have said, Battle of Fate would have been a phenomenal choice here just to get him on a few more powerful characters' good side, right? Because if you click Battle of Fate here, you just see so many more of the strong characters. That said, Omega is the definitive villain of the year, at least for now. He wants villains. He does not want anything else. He wants you to be a villain when you run his team, and that is pretty strong. I think that having Omega is going to make characters like Goma down the line look better. It's going to make characters like Kid Buu look better. I think this is one of those characters who's going to stay around for a very long time is the thing. And right now we have him just obliterating boss HP with his huge damage, right? Critical hits and all that. But when this character starts to move into slot 2, slot 3, like he's still giving 10% damage reduction support. He's still giving a ton of stats, a ton of defensive support, right? So it's just like, I think it's one of those things where, God, look at that. Extreme Class Allies, 70% defense and an additional 10% damage reduction for getting one Rainbow Key Sphere. I think he's incredibly powerful. Also, he's given chance of critical hit, by the way. So I think he's incredibly powerful. I think Is he like Gogeta, where he's just gonna like dominate like by himself immediately? No, I'll say that. But if you told me in like, I don't know, 2 weeks that you actually think Omega is number one in the game, I don't I don't think you are like lying. When you look at him in a vacuum, that's the thing about these characters in Dokkan. You can look at characters in a vacuum, or you can look at the whole picture. And in a vacuum, Omega is doing some of the most insane things singularly in the entire game. And I mean that genuinely. But when you look at him contextually, obviously his team is full of holes. And we can actually go to my teams here just so we can see that. Yeah, this is what I was running. I was kind of just like goofing off trying to do the special battles. Cell can be moved off. Obviously, this character is super weak for the first 2 turns. But the more you sort of look, it's like it's where the problem comes up, which is like power absorption, inhuman deeds, and what was this other one? It was GT bosses. It's not a phenomenal row of characters. It's definitely like a murderer's row of characters, a bunch that are not jumping off the page. So yeah, I would say that it's a team that's going to need help. I don't really think this is the character. However, I do need to go out of my way to awaken this character, because he's obviously getting an easy A. And I do have dupes of him. I just never awaken this character. I leave a lot of characters up to Rainbow and stuff like that, because if they're not useful, I don't really have any need for them. But as you can see, I mean, this character is just going to be like a bomb if he gets key spheres. And surprise, surprise, Omega's entire team is like orb changing. So give this character damage reduction, give this character guard. He's going to be phenomenal. Put him in slot 1. He's going to be huge. But other than that, yeah, not really seeing anyone else that is jumping off the page, right? So that is kind of his problem. I do think, again, that this character could easily easy A, right? And that would be huge. But we already did see like a bunch of the part 3 stuff. People are saying that maybe Vegeta and Trunks and the Int GT or the Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is like next up. If I'm honest, give us the Gogeta and maybe save VT. Like I hate to be that guy, but I think I would like if the DFE got one more big easy A. I think that would be pretty good. But yeah, that was really it. That's how my summons were pretty dreadful. I got Gogeta on the second to last pull, so with 50 stones left, I got Gogeta. I could not resist the Dragon Fist Gogeta, man. Like, it's too raw. Hopefully, if you're still watching this video, you can tell me how your summons went. I hope they went very well. I hope you saved a bunch of currency. You didn't have to pull too much. Obviously, I didn't go for like dupes or anything. I just missed, so that's going to be me for a while. I'm probably going to have to save. We'll see what happens during Tanabata. Maybe we'll make another grab bag, but thankfully, after this point in the year, after Worldwide, there isn't much else to really look forward to in terms of being free to play. If you're free to play low spending, you're really only going to be tempted by things like, I don't know, Tanabata and maybe New Year's, but for the most part, I would really start to power down into just like coasting mode for Dokkan, because we're going to be saving. You can see a bunch of characters I picked up that I didn't have before. I didn't actually have the Gammas before. I didn't actually have AGL Shenron before. He'll be pretty cool when he EZAs next year at some point, probably. But yeah, there just really isn't much to say about Gogeta. He's a monster. I could wax poetic. I guess the last thing I could do is go over here into the events. And I haven't finished the hardest fights yet. I like conked out, dude. I was so sleepy. But I got these 2 done. The 3 and 4 we'll have to play around with more. I was mostly just getting their equips. I haven't actually given the 3rd stages a try at all. I just did the 2nds and then got the equips for them. But Shenron, Omega Shenron looks like he could be tough. I don't think the Gogeta will be tough at all. And yeah, it's just how I'm feeling. The easy A's are going to be the more meaningful content, I think. And maybe we can go here and we can check out the news just really quickly as like a final to do. Was there anything else that was like, whoa, it's coming? Oh, actually, how do I feel about this guy? This guy, Nova Shenron's pretty good. I don't think he's at the level of Bio Broly because Bio Broly was defensive, and defense is always better than offense. But with Omega Shenron, he does provide links. He does also tank normals fine if he gets to attack first. His issue is that if he gets blasted first, then you know, you know what I mean? Like, if he gets blasted first, then it is not looking good for the boy. But yeah, let's just continue. So this is our special battles, like I said. Is there anything else here? I don't really think so. Yeah, okay. So we're mostly just waiting on like easy A's and stuff. But that makes sense. As for, you know, as for like what's next for Dokkan, what's next for me, it's just saving. 77 stones is nothing. And I don't like to actually pull on a banner without at least having 1,000 stones saved. That's when it starts to feel good for me. Anything below that, I hate it. Like, I hate going to 50 stones and then summoning, and then getting to 50 stones and summoning, and then getting to 50 stones and summoning. I hate that shit. It is the least good feeling in the entire world. I don't do singles, so that is my plan for these. What's in my gift box? A bunch of monkeys. So yeah, that's just how I'm feeling. Hopefully you've done well on your banners. Just to, you know, show, I didn't do any of the summons on Shenron. I just got them with the ticket, with the pity coins rather. I completely missed on the ticket summons, and then I just used it on this banner right here. So one of the other nice things, I guess, and this will be the last thing I show, is one of the nicest things to come out of all of this is that, look at him, Rainbow, dude. Let's go. My goat. Like, I'm really excited about this. So if nothing else, I mean, Rainbow Super Saiyan 4 AGL Goku, one of the best supports in the entire game. Stacking is going to continue to be really strong. Now I've got him dodging as well. Like, I'm pretty happy about that. I think of the banners you could pull on, I think this is one of the big wins. So, yeah. Like if you liked the video, subscribe to join the club. I've been Lone, and we all gonna make it. Peace.